I think it's very clear for all of us that the world is in steep crisis, multiplicity of crisis, and that these crises are evidence of systemic government, market, and institutional failure to combat and deal with very prominent issues: deregulation, rapid and uncontrolled accumulation, and growing inequality both within the North and within the South, and between the North and the South.
Before the crisis, unemployment rate on average was higher for women. But after the 2008-9 crisis hit, unemployment rate in general not only has shot up quite fast, but more importantly, in fact, in industrialized economies, men's unemployment rate really has shot up.
And you could see the stumbling around, the failure, that they keep reaching into the old toolbox of macroeconomic policy and coming out with the same set of tools, which are not going to be useful to solve this crisis. This crisis, in many respects, is a financially driven crisis, and financially driven crises have different characteristics from other kinds of crises. First of all, they're very long. They don't take the usual 4.5 to 5 years of a normal recession. They take up to 7 to 10 years.
How we take our knowledge, the policy discourse, the frameworks, the values forward in a way in which we can start to reframe and reshape discussions towards not just greater gender equity, that's obviously important, but more generally towards greater social inclusion along all the dimensions of inequalities that we're experiencing at this point.
And if you think there's no crisis of leadership, I give you the G20 meeting, I give you the European meeting that occurred last week, and I give you Rio Plus 20. Okay? Serious crisis of leader. It's not going to get us out of the climate, finance, or food crisis. And this period, to me, calls for transformational leadership of women. It's not just a failure of the market and institution. It's a failure of leadership. So we need more distinct kinds of leadership, and I think women have been demonstrating that in many public spaces all over the world. A leadership that has a compulsion to higher levels of motivation and morality in public, economic, and social decision making, which also seeks to engender higher level of human conduct, ethical aspiration of both the leader, the led, and so forth.